Hawkins here with Chickenhawkfarmstead. Got something a little different for you today. Down in the woods doing this tree that's falling across the creek here. We're gonna, you can see it's broke over there. But right now our main problem, or the main thing that we're gonna focus on, slashing up all the branches off of it, getting them all cut up, getting them tossed on this side of the fence because we also got a fence in the way. And yeah, seeing what we can do with that. And then we're going to get that main trunk where we'll cut it free. The plan is to kind of drag it over here, lift this up if we have to, drag it under the fence. So we can take that up to split it, but all this, the smaller branches we should be able to do, or I should be able to do down here. See how that works out. Hopefully we got everything we need. Brought the, we got the toy gun. We got our polesaw. This thing, I don't know what it's called, log lifter. Chaps, helmet, safety glasses, fan, gallon of gas, gallon of bar oil. Got our nice little chainsaw here. What is this one? Wood Boss. I don't remember the number. There we go. The MS 251. But I also went ahead and brought my little 20 volt dewalt because I like this thing for just, a lot of these little limbs it's going to be able to cut without a problem. That little thing will. That's for the bigger guys and the bigger stuff where we need more power. But I think we'll be good to go there. Throw y'all up on a chainsaw. Throw you up on a tripod, let you watch. Hopefully everything goes nice and smooth. And this will give you an idea of probably how some of these different tools work. If you got any question. If you see anything that I'm doing wrong, that maybe I needed to do a different way, let me know. I'm not a forestry expert. Logger, anything like that. I just know we need wood for the winter, so we're gonna go cut some wood. And we like to use deadfall instead of cutting down live trees. Just makes a lot more sense. There's a little over 300 acres here, and we got 3 families that use wood burning stoves and stuff. So got scared there for a second. Got walked up on by a polar bear. But yeah, so we get more than enough deadfall out here for everything we need. So that's what we'll keep doing until things change. But like this difficult one is kind of in the way. My father-in-law pointed this one out because he's afraid it might fall into, when it does fall, it'll hit the creek and can mess up the flow of the creek. He doesn't want that because the cattle use the creek. Also, I think he likes this, I don't know exactly what kind of tree it is, but he knows. And this is the log he wants. So this is the log we're going to get. So let's get to it. And if you see anything crazy, let me know. Hopefully nothing crazy, like, yeah. Oh, and then for added protection, because where I am, I'm kind of down the holler. I barely have one bar. So there's a good chance that I'm not going to be able to get a phone call out. Which is another reason for the safety equipment is always a good idea. Also, on the safety note, I told my wife, I said, look, if you haven't heard from me by this time, your dad knows exactly where I'll be working. Get with them to come get me. And on top of that, I also brought radios. This is where a radio, most people think they're kind of silly to use or have, but where I am, my house isn't that far that way. And I'm getting ready to do a test call. Actually, hold on just a second. We'll do a test call while we're doing this. Hey, Mabel, can you hear me? That's my daughter. I just put it on the kitchen counter, turned it all the way up. So hopefully somebody's walking by and they can hear me. If this one doesn't work, I do have a smaller antenna up here. Hopefully. Yeah, it's always, at least I try to have it back up, So that, like I said, if something happens. I also got a tourniquet in my pocket, stuff like that. So, all right, well, I'm going to try again with the radio check. Maybe I'll hook it up to that. And then we'll get solid. All right, let's try that call again. Mabel, can you hear me? Hey, Mabel, can you hear me?
Yes, I was about to eat lunch.
Okay, I was just making sure you could hear me. Go eat lunch. Good thing I'm not recording this or anything.
You're recording? How dare you. I'm just kidding. I'm going to go eat lunch now. Bye.
Alright, bye. Alright, so you can see, she can hear me on the radio. And like I said, I barely have a bar on my cell phone. So that's awesome. And yeah, if you're wondering what this is, it's just a little case. that I made for it. 3D printed it. It's not a final design yet. Logo. As you can hear, it keeps clicking one of the buttons inside. So, we'll get that worked on. So I'm gonna get y'all set up on a tripod, figure out how I'm gonna get over this line. Probably take the way the dog did, and we'll be right back. I think from what you've seen enough to know those little battery powered, man, they come in handy. The best part is there's no starting, none of that crap. Squeeze it, it's on, let go, it's off. Mess around with what you need to do, especially like bucking up a tree or you're messing with little limbs. You know, it's one thing when you got a job. You know exactly your next 20 cuts or whatever it is. If you can go in there and you can do that, you can see it all, and the ground's stable. I don't know if you saw where I was kicking a lot of stuff and I'm trying to clear my path. So when I do cut something, and it's like that old game with all the wires in there with the marbles, and something starts falling, I know at least I can take a step back and I don't have nothing behind me. I think that's a pretty safe practice. You know, trying to be aware of my surroundings, clear my path, you know, and then even when I'm carrying stuff, you know, the chunks of logs or whatever, to throw them back over the tree line or the fence line. You know, I try to clear my path before that. But onto the battery powered things, you know, they got their place. I know a lot of people don't like them. A lot of people hate them or whatever. But, I mean, it's 300 acres, and I think they'll be useful as hell. On top of that, if I wanted to, I could have my side-by-side sitting over there with a solar panel on it and charging some batteries up. You know, that wouldn't be nothing. I got, I don't know, 8 or 9 batteries at this point. And you saw that first one wasn't dead. I think it just was getting hot. And then also the angle I was going at. And I wanted to try the little one because of some of the stuff, you know, the 12-inch 20-volt saw is going to cut bigger stuff. Plus you got more push on it because it's right there with you as opposed to the polesaw. But the polesaw has been working great for the overhead stuff and to get some of these bigger limbs so I can go out and cut them as they come in. But I love them. As you saw, I got a steel. I mean, it's not going to replace your regular chainsaw. But if I came down here with just that, now I'm toting something around that's heavy as hell, stumbling around carrying that. It's live. I got to make sure I put the brake on every time. It's still running. It's loud. You know, it's just not put it down and it's off, pick it up and it's on. I want to use that for when I need it, if that makes sense. So I hope this helps you, you know, if you're thinking about getting some electric, you know, tools or whatever, or some saws for stuff like this. Like I said, small tree for, you know, doing the little stuff. It works perfect. I think it works better than a gas, because you can zip, stop, zip. Even the little bitty, I got the little 6-inch chainsaws, or even the little snips. There's been a couple times those would have been awesome to have on my hip, or, you know, somewhere close that I can trim up all the itty bitty ones, you know, things like this big or so. Just choo 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 choo. And like I said, it's a lot easier. You're not gonna get tired as quick. So, all right, I'll leave links to those below. Amazon's the only place I got really I can link to. But if you, sometimes you can find them local for cheaper, or Craigslist and stuff. So some people don't like them. It is what it is. So check it out. I'm gonna keep filming a little bit more here and there, but that's the main thing I wanted to show you, that these little tools come in very handy in this kind of situation. This is a very real world situation. I mean, I'm out here on the side by side in the middle of nowhere. I got 4 or 5 batteries with me, and they're gonna work every bit as long as I'm gonna want to work. You know, that's kind of like the weed eater. I got that 20-volt weed eater. That thing will run until I want to go take a drink of water. So I'm good with it. All right, like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.